We all want a dream house, but unfortunately reality is different, and no matter how hard we try, we can never have that huge mansion that makes us not want to ever leave home. Well, that's the reality for most of us. However, there are a few fortunate ones who have the possibility of living in houses so incredible you'll believe they are a fantasy. But they're as real as you and me. Prepare the tissues, because you'll cry with envy when you see these houses, which you'll only be able to buy if you win the lottery and multiply that money. Today, we'll show the 5 most expensive houses in the world. But before we begin, make sure you hit the subscribe button to get notified every day for more amazing content. With that being said, let's begin. Number 5. Fairfield Pond. Have you ever dreamed of having a house so big, spectacular, and spacious you don't have to leave it to have a good time? Well, this house is exactly that. It's so roomy, a residential complex could easily be built there. It's located at 924 Bel Air Road in Los Angeles, California. It has no other than 4 floors distributed in 38,000 square meters, in which you can find a total of 12 rooms, 21 bathrooms, 6 living rooms, and 3 kitchens. Or, what's the saying, everything any house in the world has, but in a big way. As you can imagine here, space is not a problem, and those who live here will never have to make a line to go to the bathroom. But don't think that the space and the incredible number of rooms and bathrooms is what makes this house amazing. No, sir. In addition to the price, which we'll tell you later, this house has all kinds of incredible luxuries. We're talking about a spa, a fitness room so you can stay in shape. It has its own cinema that has 40 seats and more than 7,000 movies. So if you don't like to go to the cinema and share the room with a lot of strangers, this is the perfect solution. The only detail is that you have to be a millionaire to be able to afford this luxury. If this seemed great, wait, there are still several luxuries to be discovered in this impressive mansion. In addition to everything we've just told you, this superhouse also has an impressive 35 square meter swimming pool, a giant TV, and to make it better, it has no other than 2 cellars of liquors, one of wine and another of champagne, because you already know what they say. Variety is the spice of life, and why should you have a single cellar when you can have 2? In order to enjoy what's inside the bottles, this house has 6 bars so that its owner can choose where he feels most encouraged to have a good time. And to give it another touch of luxury, it also has a helipad. There are so many incredible things inside this house that it's almost impossible to mention them all. There are tennis courts, bowling lanes, collections of cars and motorcycles, a pool table made of glass, among many other great things that unfortunately you can't have. And finally, if you do want to live here, you need about $248 million in your piggy bank. Number 4. Villa Leopolda, France. Can you imagine a house that is as big as 8 football fields? Well, stop imagining it, because this place really exists. It's known as the Villa Leopolda. It's located on the French Riviera and has an area of 8 hectares. But this impressive house has gone through many things before becoming the incredible mansion we can see today. It was built in the year 1902 by the Belgian King Leopold II, who paid only 1 franc for the land. In 1915, it became a hospital, and later in 1950, it fell into the hands of Giovanni Agnelli, owner of the Italian car brands Fiat and Ferrari. Later, the banker Edmond Safra bought it, but after his tragic death, the mansion passed to his widow, Lily, and ended up being sold again. Its current owner is a Russian mogul. This impressive property is located in the hills of Villefranche-sur-Mer and Bialou-sur-Mer, a few kilometers from the city of Nice. Living here must be a dream come true. The spectacular green areas surrounding the property give it a unique touch. But those beautiful gardens aren't kept by themselves. It's said there are approximately 50 gardeners who have to work daily to maintain these beautiful spaces. So the price of the house isn't the only thing that should worry the owner. Maintenance must be almost as expensive as it was to buy it. The property has a living room of 400 square meters. But one of the most impressive things is the 12 pools. Yes, 12. It seems the owner is a fan of swimming and apparently doesn't like to always swim in the same one. The main house has 19 stunning luxury rooms, 14 bathrooms, antique furniture, and several terraces. Inside, you can see sports tracks, bowling lanes, several dining rooms, and even a movie theater. As expected, there are also great value marbles and ancient works of art. Everything a luxurious house should have can be found here. Since this house is so impressive, it has been the star in multiple television shows and has appeared in Forbes magazine, as it's considered one of the most important properties in the history of Europe. And the price is as shocking as the house. This incredible mansion has a cost of $360 million. Number 3. Rutland Gate Mansion. This is getting more and more elegant. The next house is worthy of royalty and has so many luxurious things it seems even the pajamas have to be elegant so they match the incredible facilities that this wonderful home has. It's located in London, in one of the most sophisticated and expensive areas of the city. It couldn't be otherwise because this place seems to be taken from a princess fairy tale. It was once the home of former Lebanese Prime Minister Rafik Hariri, who left it when he was killed in 2005. After the tragedy, it happened to become the home of Sultan bin Abdulaziz Al Saud until he died in 2011 and left this wonderful palace waiting for his next host. It has 5,574 square meters and is full of luxuries. To give you an idea, this house has 45 rooms. Yes, you heard right. So if you're a hesitant person, choosing one could be quite difficult. On top of that, it has a pool in the basement. How cool is that? If you want to go from one floor to another, you don't have to worry about going up and down stairs because this mansion has elevators. Luxury and comfort always go hand in hand. It has golden plywood, and the industrial kitchen is perfect to prepare the most incredible dishes. Although with such luxury, a chef would be the best option, don't you think? This house is also full of small and very expensive ornaments that not everyone can afford to buy. As a consolation prize for those who couldn't afford to buy this very expensive property, in the year 2015, an auction was held so people could buy some of the exquisite products that were inside the house, which, as you can imagine, weren't the cheapest things in the world. From gold-plated paintings, Italian paintings, or Murano glass chandeliers, to the semi-precious stones that covered the 24 marble bathrooms. About 640,000 euros were collected. If you want to live in a house like this, you need to amass approximately $480 million available into your bank account. Nothing easy, right? But as they say, dreaming is free. This house isn't free, though. Number 2. Antilia, Mumbai, India. We're coming closer to the end of our countdown, and in the second spot is a house that is as impressive on the inside as it is on the outside. It was built from scratch in India and is considered one of the most incredible houses ever built. At first glance, you may think it's a building with several apartments, but no, that's the house. Incredible, right? This house is so expensive it's only surpassed in price by the luxurious Buckingham Palace. So if you want, you can go research to see if you can find out the price before we tell you. This peculiar building is located on Altamont Road, the most luxurious avenue in Bombay and one of the most expensive places in the world. It has 27 floors, but at first glance, it seems to be much higher, and the reason is that each of its floors was built with double and even triple height, and that makes the building look about 40 stories high. Can you imagine living in such a big space? The crazy thing is that the family that owns the house has only 5 people. But in a house as huge as this is, finding your family can be a difficult task. So any tantrum with your parents could be much better here. Because if you want, you can get out of their sight for a long time without leaving the house. There are many amazing things in this place, but one of the most outstanding is the basement where the family's small collection of cars rests. Can you guess how many there are? We're gonna make it easier and tell you. 168 cars. And as you can imagine, they are among the most luxurious cars in the market. The family has over 600 employees who are responsible for activities such as maintenance, cleaning, and of course preparing delicious dishes so that you never miss delicious food in any of its several dining rooms. But despite all the luxuries, this family is still faithful to their religion, and among many things, they also have a room to pray. Building this incredible house cost $1 billion, and today has doubled its value. Amazing! Number 1. Buckingham Palace, London, England. This place could not be left out of this countdown, since it's one of the most expensive places, and also not only do you need money to live here, but you also need to have royal blood. Definitely, the Buckingham Palace has the most impressive, luxurious, and unattainable facilities in the world. Everything about this place is simply amazing. The royal residence, official home of the Queen of England, was originally built as a private home for the Duke of Buckingham in 1703. Although the exact figure isn't known, the value of Buckingham Palace is estimated at £1 trillion. That is a lot of money. There are so many rooms here that we don't think they'll ever be all occupied, unless they invite us to sing songs. Altogether, this luxurious palace has 775 rooms and 78 bathrooms. One of the main attractions of this palace today is that inside are the main and most important jewels of the British royal crown. When the palace opens its doors to the public, those fortunate few have the opportunity to see them. And of course, this residence has one of the greatest security systems in all of England. The gardens of Buckingham Palace are the largest private gardens in London. The artificial lake was created in 1928 and receives water from Serpentine Lake, a lake located in Hyde Park. In the palace, you can find many masterpieces. Works of art commissioned by the monarchs to artists such as Rubens, Rembrandt, Canalito, and Vermeer are exhibited there. The main halls of the palace are in the noble zone. They're truly majestic rooms where receptions, dances, or ceremonies are held. The throne room, the green room, and the guard room stand out. Definitely living here is a privilege, and as we've told you before, living here isn't just a matter of money, although there are very few who could pay the billions of pounds this luxurious property costs. But don't feel bad. You can keep on dreaming and working, so you too can have a house so impressive someday that it may appear in one of our countdowns. All right, Top Fivers. If you haven't already, make sure to visit our other channel, The Brilliant, for even more interesting list videos that'll blow your mind. But I'm warning you, the videos over on The Brilliant are extremely addicting to watch as well. There'll be a link in the description to the channel.